So today we are going to do our death spiral. This is a 12-point construction. A 12-point construction is extremely similar to a 6-point construction. Now, for those people who have in the past received math awards with certificates, you have been looking at an example of a 12-point construction that I did a couple years ago. I will show it. Hold on a second. So this is a 12-point construction. Okay. Now, we are going to start off by doing the normal construction, just put a lead in it, for a 6-point figure. And then we are going to add on to that to make the 12. Okay? So if you remember how to do the 6-point construction, you can go ahead and do that now. And we'll go through it quickly here. So your first step is to put a point. Then you take your compass, and you make a circle as large as possible without going off the page. Then you take your ruler.
Oh, my lead just like went inside the pencil thing.
If you're having troubles with the lead moving around, all you need to do is, it just means you need to tighten the wheels.
It just went like inside the pencil.
Yeah, so loosen the wheel, and then you can get the lead to come out by knocking it on your hand. And then once it's in the right place, no, straight up and down, Callan. Okay, and then tighten the wheel, and then you're good to go. All right, so then you make your diameter. That goes through the center. Uh-oh. That does not look like it goes through the center.
Oh my gosh, my lead.
That looks much better. Make sure it's tightened all the way, okay? So then, without letting your compass setting change, you're going to make arcs that intersect your circle by putting the point at the intersection of your arc or your diameter and your circle. So do an arc below the diameter, do an arc that intersects the circle above the diameter.
I think I need like more lead.
I gave Abby okay. Here, so there's some extra leads in here. And so you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to put the tip at the intersection of the circle and the diameter. And you're going to make an arc on either side of the diameter that intersects the circle. Then you're going to double check that you have your measurements correct by putting the point on this intersection here and making sure that your pencil point hits the intersection of the arc and the circle. Then do the same thing on the other side. And this check is really a good idea, because if there's something wrong, you'd rather start redoing it before you've done a ton of work.
Perfect.
That line needs to be erased. Or one. Yeah. No, this line needs to be erased. It's made up. So then you're going to take your ruler and you are going to make some more diameters.
Oh, we have to make more diameters.
Yeah, we definitely want diameters.
What do you mean diameters? Like a cross?
A diameter is a line segment that connects the edges of the circle through the center. So you have one diameter here. You're going to connect the other diameter, or make the other diameter rather. I'm having trouble getting on that point. There we go. So now we have 3 diameters, and we're taking care that all 3 diameters intersect the center in one point. If you have some sort of triangle thingy that looks like this in the center, that is a dead giveaway that something is wrong, and you don't want that. So now our next step, we're not going to be connecting the points of intersection all the way around, but we are going to make the hexagon. So right now, go ahead and make your hexagon. Now this hexagon can be done fairly dark, because you can obviously see that in your drawing we're starting with a hexagon. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this one fairly dark, although I won't make it black yet.
Yep.
Why?
I'm having troubles getting the pixels to line up. So I have to fudge my drawing here a little bit because my intersections are in between 2 pixels, which makes it hard for my ruler to pick it up.
Wow, you're cool, Ian.
So I'm going to, oh my gosh,
Ian, I just had self-esteem.
finish connecting my hexagon here. And the other lines that I had to fudge, I'm going to change out here as well. Just trying to make it look a little bit better.
Ian, I think you're successful. I can't say that out loud.
So at this point, you should have a hexagon. I'm going to get my hexagon going pretty quick here.
Yeah, this is.
I'll get them out again.
This is pretty bad.
And still, construction lines should be fairly light. All right, so now that we have our hexagon, so now I'm not going to connect my vertices across the hexagon. I need to make another hexagon. Now to do this, I'm going to have to draw some perpendicular bisectors. Now you could make 6 perpendicular bisectors. However, we can get away with only doing 3, and I'll show you why in a moment. So we're going to have to bisect each of these lines that define our hexagon. And you may remember how to do your bisectors, but we'll show you too. So you're going to take your compass, and you're going to place your compass point on the intersection of the diameter and the circle. You can think of it as the point of the hexagon as well. And my bisector is going to be somewhere around here. It's going to cross somewhere around there. I don't know exactly where, but it's going to be somewhere around there. So I'm going to close my compass so that it is past where I think that bisector might be. I don't know where it is yet. I'm going to find it, but I need to close it. So then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take care to make sure that my compass does not change settings. And I'm going to make an arc outside the circle on both sides of my point of the compass. Then I'm going to do the same thing a couple more times. So I put the metal point at this intersection, I swing my compass around, and I'm going to have the lines cross. Now, my example is in my way, so I'm going to move my example a bit. Okay. And I see here that I'm going to go way off the page here, so I'm not going to use that other one. So I'm going to take my compass, place it on this point of intersection here. That's about right. Make the intersection here. Oops. Make the intersection there. Just verifying that's the right place. So then I'll make this arc here. So I have 1, 2 pairs of intersecting arcs. I need to make my third. So I'm going to take the compass and make my arc to make my third point of intersection. So right now I have 3 pairs of intersecting arcs. Now if I wanted to be super accurate, I could continue doing that around the whole circle, which isn't a bad idea if you're really trying to make sure it's perfect, and these drawings should be perfect. But you can get away with only 3. And I'll show you why in a second. So I drew my 4th just for kicks. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect my point of intersection of my 2 arcs with the center. And I'm having troubles as usual, trying to get it to be right in the correct place. I think I got it there. That's pretty close, but not perfect. There we go. That's almost livable. And so, you'll notice that when I connect this point of intersection with this point of intersection here, it goes through the center. Therefore, all I need to do is connect this point and the center. I don't need another arc over here. So now I'm going to make my diameters connecting this point and this point through the center. And this should be fairly light again. Pink. So here we go. And you see how it goes right through the center. And so I will continue. Here. Oops. And these lines need to be light. Oops. That is a little too dark. There we go. I'll do my last one here. Oops. There we go. And so now I have 3 more diameters, so I have a total of 6 diameters, 1 hexagon, circle, and a point. So that's where you should be at this point. Now this is how you get your 12-point construction, because you will notice that my circle is now divided into 12 equal segments, so 12 equal arcs to be more precise. And from here we can start constructing our spiral. That will take place on video number 2.